What is happening, guys? I think I have a pretty cool one for you guys today, so I think roll the intro.
It's morphin' time!
So today, I have a tutorial for you guys. So if you enjoy Photoshop and manipulating some of your photos, then this is a tutorial for you guys. I had this idea in my head that I would use the Ranger Slayer and the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger and sort of blend them together. I originally had the idea of just splitting them straight down the middle, having the Pink Ranger here and the Ranger Slayer here. But then I thought I would take it a little bit further. So you have Shattered Grid, which instantly made me think of like shattered glass. So why don't we try and do shards of glass being pushed forward, and in the glass have like the Pink Ranger, like her image being within that glass. I thought it was quite a cool concept, so I decided to try and make it in Photoshop. You guys seem to love that image over on Instagram, so I thought making a quick tutorial would be pretty awesome, and if it helps you guys, then my work is done. It's my first ever Photoshop tutorial, so please be gentle in the comments, and the more I do this, hopefully the quality gets even better. I tried to make the tutorial fairly quick, but also cover like all the steps, but you guys can be the judge whether you liked it or not. Let's get into it. I start by getting my files ready. Here I'm using Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Pink and the Ranger Slayer Lightning Collection figures, shot on a white background so it's easy for me to mask out. I have a standard background stock image, but you can use a solid or gradient layer within Photoshop. I also use a glass stock photo from Adobe Stock. It's actually the free trial, so if you really want to get like 10 stock photos, you can go and sign up for the free trial as well. It's actually quite good. It's just rather expensive. Let's import our files. Using Ranger Slayer, I import this into Photoshop. Because it's a raw file, Photoshop lets me adjust the image before letting me manipulate the image. I adjust the photo to what I think looks best. I start by masking out Ranger Slayer from the background. Take care at this stage, you want to make your mask look as good as possible. I took a long way with masking, but you can use the select subject option, which makes Photoshop determine the subject. It normally works really well, but I thought I'd put the work in. Here I go a bit further and use the Refine Edge tool to make sure I don't miss any minute details. Like I say, taking the time to mask perfectly really helps with how your final image will look. Now, I bring in the image of the cracked screen. I don't worry too much about the cracked screen size just yet. Using Control while clicking the Ranger Slayer thumbnail, it makes a selection around that layer. Then I make sure the cracked screen layer is highlighted and select the layer mask icon to, well, you guessed it, make a layer mask. We'll want to invert the mask so the cracked screen is below our Ranger Slayer, if that makes sense. I then resize and adjust the position of the cracked screen to a size that I think looks good. I change the blend mode of the cracked screen so that the white disappears and we're only left with the cracks. The blend mode I use here is Multiply, I think that looks the best. I then use the level adjustments, which changing the output settings can really bring out the cracks a bit more. So let's bring in some shards of glass. You can see we have quite the array of glass here. So what I do is I select the ones I want by making a selection around the one I want using the lasso tool, lasso, whatever one you want, and I make a copy of our shard. I then mask it to get rid of the background, and then we can just drag in that new layer into our main picture. So I position it the way I want, but you can move it about later on if you're not entirely happy with your initial placement. I position the first shard next to the Slayer's helmet, as this is where I want the Pink Ranger's helmet to show through. As we're going to be bringing in a few shards, I make a group folder. I make a mask around the piece of glass, and that mask I drag onto the folder. This is cool because it means anything within my group folder will be confined to that mask. I then change the blend mode of the glass as we want it to look kind of transparent. I use linear burn here. I think that looks the best, but if you find a blend mode that looks better, feel free to use that. It's completely up to you here. So I decided to change the background as I feel the dark blue made things hard to look at. I tried a sort of very light blue, but I may change the background later. Let's make the glass look a little bit more realistic. I choose a solid colour adjustment and use a dark green. This should make your selection fully green, but don't worry, we are going to change that. And you guessed it, with a blend mode change. I select the blend mode colour. It sort of gives us a little tint, and that's what we're going for here. Finally, I want to bring back a few of the highlights, just to make the glass look a little bit shiny. So all I do here is I copy my glass layer and move that layer above the adjustment. You should have two glass layers now, one below the solid color adjustment and the copy that you've made that you want above the adjustment layer. And then change the blending mode to screen while adjusting the opacity. And that's our first piece of glass partially finished. Let's bring in our Pink Ranger now. Basically the exact same process as what we did with the Ranger Slayer in terms of masking and cutting her out from the background. Once done, we drag the Pink Ranger into our glass folder. Keep in mind that layer mask on top of the folder should keep everything placed within our glass layer, so the Pink Ranger we just placed can be moved about and she'll really only show within that piece of glass. Photoshop is fun. We move her about and adjust the size to make this effect look good. My thoughts were, if glass was pushing forward, it should magnify the image behind it, so I tried to make the Pink Ranger look bigger than the Ranger Slayer standing behind the glass. You'll see I tried to make a few adjustments here, like the size of the glass. If you want to do that, make sure you select the entire folder so that you don't just adjust a single layer. And to save a little bit of time here, I skip showing adding every single piece of glass because it's really just the exact same as what we've just done. So I thought it would save you the boring process of me doing it all over again like 4 times. So here we have all our glass and I have positioned it the way I think looks best, but if you're following this little tutorial, you can put the glass wherever you think is best for your image. I make a few color adjustments using Camera Raw, and after the adjustments we're pretty much done. We pretty much have our entire image sorted. I remove the background and make something a little bit more fitting for the Ranger Slayer and the Pink Ranger. I crop my final image and add some text, which is completely optional. I felt it added something extra to the image, but I did save it with and without the text, in case I wanted to post it later without the text. I added the Pink Ranger text subtly to the glass shards too, just because the Pink Rangers could find within this glass. I thought it'd be quite cool to have the text of hers in there as well, but I was a little bit lazy and I really should have done a sort of, maybe like a blur or something on the text, but really just lowered the opacity. But hey, I thought the image looked okay. And that's it really, nothing too difficult, but something quite fun, which I thought you guys would appreciate. And there we have it guys, that is the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I say, it is my first ever Photoshop tutorial here on YouTube, and I hope to be doing a ton more. If it helps you guys out, then I'm more than happy with that. So we have some exciting upcoming things over on Instagram. As of Monday, we will be carrying on with Scotty's weekly challenges. Week 5, because we missed last week because I was basically on holiday, week 5 is going to be all about reflections. Reflections could be, you know, the reflection in the water, a mirror, window, any sort of shiny surface would class as reflections. Or you could do like a character reflecting on their past or reflecting on their life. And so hopefully guys, you will take part in that. The weekly challenges, I always get some really great feedback that helps you progress in your photography career, toy photography career and things like that. So thank you so much for all the awesome feedback on the challenges each week. It really means a lot to me. And also we had Adam winning the last challenge where he won £20. Oh! So yeah, that was cool. He sent me a picture of what he put the money towards, which was awesome. I will let him tell you guys what he got. It was in his story today or yesterday, depending when you're watching this video. But yeah, I hope this video helped you out tons. I enjoyed making it for you guys, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. It helps me out big time. If you aren't already, please subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button and making sure that notification bell has been checked, because that will let you know when I upload a video for you guys. I don't really know what else to say now. I'm gonna get back to making some more photos. Might continue editing a video. Who knows? Hope you guys are looking forward to the next challenge, and I will catch you in that challenge as of Monday. Scotty out.